Everybody, we must be one. Everybody, we must be one.
Hello, welcome to the Hughes Roundtable. Everybody. We are back for a second episode right now. We are with my husband's sister, my sister-in-law, Latanya Hughes, and we are talking about the book Secrets from Heaven. And also, we want you to reach out to us on soundcloud.com and then type in the Hughes Roundtable. That's where you can find our episodes. Mm-hmm. And then also you can get Latanya's book. I'll let her tell you where you can get her books from. Latanya.
Okay, let's see. It's available on Amazon. Also available through my publisher, Whiff and Stock, WIPF, like Frank and Stock. Also available online, Barnes and Nobles. And you can connect with me on Facebook. And you can find the book on Facebook as well under Latanya Hughes.
That's good stuff. So look here. Then what I want to go in and say. You got these children. You got Mark and Madison. And we talked about that. How you doing, really? How you doing with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah. I can imagine.
That's real. That's real talk.
Yeah.
That's table talk conversation for real.
Right.
Yeah.
It's difficult because your whole entire life has shifted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I had an opportunity to get a nephew of ours, our brother's son, and needless to say, that didn't last long. And the guy told me, and this is where I learned about grace, and I didn't like it, you know. I didn't too much care for what he said. He said, Michael, maybe you ain't got the grace to raise them. Like, what you talking about?
I'll never forget that.
I said, this is, you know, I received it, you know, but he told me that after the fact, after he wasn't with us no more, you know, because I thought about that and I worked it, and I said, you know, he was right, even though I didn't fully understand what he was saying at the time, because, you know, this is what you do, whether you know. But he was looking at it on the spiritual side, and I was looking at it on the natural side. Would you agree with that? You understand?
Do you really believe that you didn't have the grace, or the circumstances didn't allow you to have the grace? Because it wasn't that you didn't want to do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was the situation kept you from doing it.
The circumstances itself outside of taking it.
So I don't know that it was. I don't know that it wasn't, because I believe that you took the initiative to bring him in, and that's a huge step to open up our homes.
Right.
You know. So you did that, and
I didn't fully
things happened
understand.
to where you couldn't.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that you wasn't going to do it, because you were.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't believe that it wasn't that you didn't have the grace, because you never had the opportunity to see if you even, you know what I mean?
I did.
Yeah.
You didn't have the opportunity to even see if you could. You know what I mean?
I went all in. I did. I went all in. We went all in. Beds.
Yeah, you
going to school, but you know, I think I learned something, and then I started applying that to everything. Okay, and then I started understanding the grace he was talking about, because I never heard it. I mean, you know, I am not saying I didn't agree with that, even though, as a matter of fact, as I look back now, I didn't agree with it, and you know, because you know, but you know, I just thought I'd ask, because it's not easy, and just like they need help, I think you need help too. People that's raising, you need all that. You hear what I'm saying? You need all, and you got two of them. You need all the help you can get, you can muster. You're gonna need breaks, you know. And you got an 8-year-old. I think little boys, that's 8, probably is gonna be a little bit more difficult than girl. But now that I'm thinking about it, she gonna be able to help you. So, you know, so
But they're going. Their mom is looking for a place. So
Oh, okay.
prayerfully, November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll remember for the rest of their lives. I think they'll remember it, and you'll always have a place in their hearts forever. Especially, I'm just saying Madison because she's older. It is. I just wanted to ask you how you was doing with that because
Because it's difficult, even for parents. Now, she's already stated she didn't have any children of her own. And then that's totally, her dynamics have changed because she's brought the children in. But if you're a parent and have had children of your own or even help with children outside of your own, it is difficult raising children. Like she was talking about social media and all of that. So for her to bring in children and she didn't have any, but she's still bringing the kids in, raising children, that's a task and a half.
Yeah, they don't remember it.
And then when you're doing it and not have done it before, like us only raising one, you just get that opportunity.
Right.
Because we've sat back and looked and said, well, could we have done something different? Is there anything? They're children and it's going to run their course, and then we have to remember what we were doing when we were young. Even though the social side of it, we didn't have all of that, but we sure did find some stuff to get into. But we didn't have social media.
But they'll what I'm hoping that they'll believe is the stable and the sustaining. Somebody's gonna always be there, and they'll remember the stability. Don't you agree, Tanya?
Mm-hmm. And Madison has told me, and actually they both do. Madison said, "I thank you, Auntie. I thank you for you and Nana for taking care of me." And so they do. They're very appreciative, and do I do it right? Probably not. But it's just I'm trying. That's the best that I can do and make an impact. That's the things that I know. I'm trying to give them the tools so that when you move away, you can say, we learned this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we know not to do this because we learned this. You know what I mean? And that's the awesome thing about God is if you're living a certain way and then God shows you another way, so now you know two ways.
Yeah.
And so now you have the ability to choose.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you'll never be able to say, I didn't know.
Right.
So they'll never be able to say that. You know what I mean? Because they did know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they go to Sunday school every Sunday, so they love Sunday school. So they know.
Yeah.
So God is giving them an opportunity to choose this path or to choose this path, from where they are at such a young age. So
what service you go to?
We go 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock to what?
And we're out at 10:45 or something like that.
Well, how many services is he doing
2.
now?
And then there's 11:30.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
I used to see him up in Walmart, and he just is down to earth and cool.
Yeah.
He going up in there. He was doing a couple of things up in there. 'Cause I was seeing him talking to some people up in there.
Yeah.
But he a powerhouse.
Yeah. Get that.
Yeah.
That reminiscing.
Beef. Yeah.
God is good. God is, he's faithful.
Yeah.
He knows, and we just pray for strength. And God, give me the strength. God, give me the words. God, show me.
So how your mama doing?
She doing good. How your grandma doing?
How your mama and them doing? Mama and them doing everything is good. I'm gonna have to get her on.
Yeah, she said that.
Yeah, we got to get her on there. And Mark is getting ready to make us edit his boy child because he don't want to be patient. Y'all listen here. I gave him the opportunity to sing. He wanted, but he didn't take advantage of it.
The mic a little. He didn't want to do it really.
You was doing what?
He's waiting on
He's
his
waiting
part.
on his part.
He had a
well, you
particular
should've
that he was
said
waiting
that
on.
then.
waiting on his part.
I told you I know your daddy now.
We needed to fast forward to his specific part.
We're not
He's
cutting
being
that out either. We're going to leave that nonsense in there you talking about. I back you in the back and you talking. Now you want to get
You
in,
wanna
see?
talk.
And I tried to give you a taste. And I give you a little taste. And what did you do? You didn't, Last time you was over here, I tried to give you a little taste.
He's being picky.
You going to get a part after the. You good entertainment right now. Then we got to
Right.
finish up with your aunt. How much more
Right,
time we got?
right.
No,
What do we
I
want to
saw-
talk about? Well, lead the way. Lead the way. You lead the conversation, and I can just jump in.
Now you fall in line. I told you, we grew up on the north end. You fall in line. We come out of a big family. We got 9 aunts and uncles and everything. And our mother is the oldest. And they'll hear this, with Dee Dee included.
Right.
Dee Dee's included, and the Curl side of the family. That's a huge family with the Curls side. Throw it in there, right there, with our mother being the oldest. So at last time when I talked to Yvonne about it, I don't think I mentioned Dee Dee. I know, and I didn't necessarily mention Dosey. Kathleen. I didn't mention Kathleen. Who else? I think I mentioned Lena. Did I mention him?
I don't recall.
Okay. All right. So we grew up and we went to Linden, and you were a year ahead of me, and you left me by myself up at Linden. I had to fend for myself up at Linden. Because coming in, they already knew Tanya. They knew her. So coming in, I was coming behind her. So, and I was, let's admit it now, I was a little quieter, just a hair. Because
Are you
can't,
serious?
just a little. Because you can't be quiet and going to an inner city school. You got to speak up for yourself, or you're gonna get dusted.
Dusted.
Yeah, you're gonna get dusted. You got to fend for yourself.
Oh, that's funny.
You got to do your thing. Remember, we had a little battle with the people, our neighbors across the street. On 18th.
First of all, he wants me to remember
Well, I'm
everybody.
I'm feeding you.
Now, I'm 52
I ain't
years
saying no
old.
name.
And he wants me to remember when I was like 18 years old.
Said she ain't going
And you
back
talking
that
about
far.
18th Street? We had some problems with somebody on what street?
But what I'm saying to you is this.
Because you got to give me streets.
Yes, 18th Street by the fair. What I'm saying to you is the podcast is about overcoming, and we overcame them buggers because a lot of people,
Yeah, that's true.
we ain't had to jump a lot of people, but we had to handle our business, is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, because we didn't have a lot of fights. I don't recall.
Did you fight? You didn't. You weren't a fighter. Of
No.
all the stories I've heard,
No.
How people don't remember.
it was always dad coming to defend you or something like that.
Yeah,
Well, she's a female.
I had
Right, so
one
did
or
you
two. I
didn't-
wasn't like a fighter.
It was both, though.
Y'all was
Especially on
both
18th,
fighting.
for whatever reason.
It was. I got.
I would have to hold them down and say, go get my sister.
Lord Jesus. What a time.
But they ain't like us because we stuck up for ourselves.
Yeah,
Right.
we did.
We did.
Never
You
liked
wasn't gonna
those
push.
Yeah.
You wasn't gonna push around us.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
You wasn't gonna do nothing.
It's the only way
So
to be.
we had to handle our business.
And
And
it
if you
was-
didn't
it's
like
what
it,
it
then
is.
don't start now. You can't finish now. What I'm saying to you, don't do that. Or we ain't gonna be no jumping. I want to say these people's names.
Don't
but
do that.
No.
I ain't gonna.
Can't do that.
No,
we'll have
don't
to edit it.
do-
Huh?
Right.
We'll have to edit that.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
could call
the
them by their
world
nickname.
would know. So you
They
know.
would.
Yeah.
The whole world.
Yeah.
You
If
know,
they
Mike
ever
Hughes
get a
is free,
chance
you know.
to listen, they'll
Well, have
recall
to do
who
something
they are.
about it. Then is what I'm saying to you. Well,
But yeah, we are overcomers. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We are. And you have to think about, when you're growing up in the inner city and you single family because we didn't have a dad.
right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you look at you now. You have a wife. You have a daughter that's that's graduated from college. So that's huge. You know what I mean? I mean that's huge. And you're still married because Some people.
Me 25 years.
25
tomorrow.
years.
Tomorrow.
Wow.
Anniversary.
Actually 30, because I was 21.
Okay,
Wow,
but I
right.
took your last
Matter of
name
fact, we was together
25 years ago.
at point 3 on
Morse Road.
and
Cleveland.
Yeah, I know. I remember point 3. Yeah, Morse. Was it point 3?
Yeah, it was point 3.
It was point three.
Yeah. So it's huge. You know what I mean? Because that's
problems in my 30 years.
how many people.
They were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
No, we
well,
we
no,
wasn't
they
in
came
high
out.
school.
Yeah, it was like
after
several
high
years.
school. Yeah.
Yeah, after
See,
that.
this is what
Late 80s.
you can't do that. You can't make
Y'all
this
were
be
like
stuff.
sweethearts. Y'all were like
Trying to make
high school
It's
sweethearts.
already pretty.
She was already trying to.
It's already pretty.
I
Y'all
wish
have
y'all
been
had
together
been
for
my
like
friends
forever. That's
instead
a
of
long
being
time.
my parents.
This is a milestone.
It is a very
It
long
is.
time because people
25
don't
years.
stay together anymore. Because of whatever. You know what I mean? And then if they are together, are they really truly happy? You know what I mean? And to work together and and you have a daughter, that y'all raised and she's on the right track. She's not, you know what I mean? That's huge. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, to stay together and then to keep your daughter on the right track.
Jesus.
Because some people don't, because it ain't about the kids anymore.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if we work on us, we can raise healthy kids.
That's the key.
And we
That's
could
the key.
put kids through college because
Yeah.
they're the ones that's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's not to be taken lightly, and I know y'all don't.
It is important.
Yes, it's very
It's important.
because God instituted marriage,
Yeah, he did.
female
Yeah.
and male.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and
Yeah.
and He supports that. That's a covenant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
And he works right in it if you allow him to.
yes, yeah,
And that's the
Yeah.
thing, because we're always talking about wills because he gives us choices. But we have to step up out of the way.
Yeah.
He's first. We're still our own two individual people. But we have to step out of the way and allow him to be God. And then we come together. You have your own personal relationship. But if the foundation, that's what's happening, because if this is messed up, that's messed up. That's automatic. That's automatic. You're going to have your things. You're going to have your stuff. Michael is quicker to apologize than I am most of the time. He wants to hear
I do
this
more messing up.
Huh?
I do
Well-
more messing up.
But I mean, even when if you want it peaceful, then we talk about it, but you'll say that. But we know that it affects everything. You go to work, you're jacked up. Wherever you are, if you have had a tiff, your foundation, if home is not settled and peaceful, everything is messed up. And then it rolls over into, if it's no children in the house, then I've already said work, wherever else you are, whomever else you are interacting with, it's an issue. But if children are involved, it's huge, because we are the adults supposed to know how to manage ourselves and do a little bit better. But sometimes the adults are more like children. And Michaela would say sometimes, I can't believe these grown folk. And I said, I told you, sometimes age is just a number. Sometimes we haven't figured it all the way out. So then the children don't know how are they to respond to what's going on. And they know when stuff is off. They know when the house ain't right. If there's attitude, animosity, if stuff is going on, it's in the air. And you can't take that and sweep it up under the rug. If it's in the atmosphere, it's in the atmosphere. And they know. And they may not fully understand, but they like, something ain't right today.
Well, that's the new thing. We as African Americans, we're realizing that we're trying to go to another level. We're no longer just surviving anymore. Most children, especially in the city, their parents' all they knew was to survive.
Yeah.
But now we're moving into another level and another learning how to rate. We get less beatings. Now, I don't know about Mark and Madison. I don't know. But you know, you do more communicating with, I'm hoping, you know, they about put you in jail nowadays if you get a little nice little taste. You give them a nice beat and they'll put you in jail. But we're trying to move to it. Look how long it's taken for us to figure out how to not just survive as African Americans. You know, it took us this long to go after money, to believe that we could have the things of the Lord and just to raise children. I'll tell you what, it wasn't even considered that an inner city child was going to college. The only reason why it dropped into me and Tanya's spirit is because from day one, I think when we got in Upper Brown, it was hammered into our head. You going to college? We went to Upper Bound. We went to Ohio Wesleyan. We went to all those programs, college. Even though I about almost failed out of the 11th grade, but I knew still that college, matter of fact, in our family, you know, with Lehman, Edith, and Steffi, and Cherry, and Cat, and all of them, you know, it was hammered into our head. Go to college. You know, so now we're trying to move into, no longer are we just surviving, we are prospering, and we can do better. We can do better, and we believe we can do better. And some, as they call it, systemic issues. Some, yes, the drugs and all of that, yes. But I'll tell you one thing about African Americans. Once they figure it out, it's over.
It's over. Yeah.
It's over because we too gifted.
Yeah.
You let an African American figure it out, figure out who he is and what he is, especially in Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Take it off. Yeah.
And it don't matter how old Mark and Madison, if they find out what they are really put here on earth to do and believe it, it's over.
Yes.
It's over because now the focus is coming in. And you know, it's over, man. You will be unstoppable. I bet you about the only thing you're gonna have to stop them to do is not get too obsessed with it. You're gonna have to have some balance in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have some balance in there because if you run after a gift, even with the podcast, I gotta take myself and go back.
Yeah.
You know, and I ain't even getting paid for it.
But you know that's your passion.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm very
you know what
passionate.
I mean?
And I could just drive people crazy, Nina and Michaela, because I just want what the Lord has dropped into my spirit, and I want it to happen.
Yeah.
I really want
It's
to do.
happening.
Yeah.
And it's God. And
that's your gift. This is you guys. I
and
see it.
people have to buy in. And if they don't buy in, in Michaela and Nina, then things can get self-destructive on all of our ends. You know what I'm saying? So to lead people into visions and dreams and stuff like that, it's taxing.
Yeah,
it's
because
taxing.
they have to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even doing your book.
But y'all are all on one accord.
Yeah,
and
we
I get
are.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying because if they didn't buy in, then it would be a bit challenging because you know within your soul that this is it, y'all. This is what we were created to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, I see it. I see it.
How long did you
all
carry
y'all.
that book with you before you even started writing it?
It was only God said it and I just start writing it. So it only took me a couple years to write it because I didn't even know that I could write. And when I was in college, they would, tell me, you got to give. You got to give for speaking. You got to give for writing. But I didn't, never would have thought that I would actually publish a book.
Right.
You know what I mean? But God sees so much in us that we don't even see.
Right.
But you'll never know that if you don't sit down and talk to him.
Right.
And then when when you talk to him, you got to believe what he's saying. Because here's the thing about God. He has more confidence in us than what we got in ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
That's so
and
true.
if you got that kind of confidence, and that's where I am in my life right now. If you got the confidence in that, because I'm like you, Bobby, If you got the confidence in that, I'm gonna go all the way out. And so you do got to kind of push back a little bit, because you do got to figure out how to balance it, how to have some boundaries. Because I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because God, you believe in me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we are getting too old. We don't have. We short.
No.
We short on time.
Yes.
Real short.
And that's the truth.
I mean, that's
That's
why
the
they
truth.
said when you young, you have all your energy when you young.
Yeah.
Not when you
Right.
get 50 and above and all of that. Every decision has to be crucial. It's a time factor. You don't have time. You have less time to make mistakes and make up for
true.
them. And with this body that hurts at the drop of a dime, it just, you get up out that bed. I tell you what, you don't even know why it did what it did.
Right.
Why
Right.
it did what it did.
Right. That's so
You-
true.
it was easier to recover when you were younger.
Yeah.
But now, good God Almighty.
That's true. But the thing about God is, when God says it, we're already late. When He gives us the
that's a word.
assignment,
What was it?
A word. That
Say
was
it
a
one
word.
more time now,
That was
Latanya.
a
for
word.
real, seriously,
say
when
it one more
God
time.
gives us an assignment, I'm gonna give you a prime example of what God told me, because I've been working on the second book. 2019 will be, because He told me in 2017 to do it, so it'll be 2019. It'll be 2 years on the second book. But He said, yes, you are working on it, but you need to pick up the pace because you're behind. So when God gives us an assignment, we already behind.
Yep.
Because it's challenging to keep up with God.
Yes. Yes. Well, I told you about this in February. It had
Yeah.
already been a year
Yeah.
before we was already thinking about it. And here it is.
Mhm.
What,
'Cause it
well, I
takes
was
us-
ready to say September. Here it is, October. So you're dead on about that.
Because the confidence in what
Yeah.
the assignment, whatever it is that he tells us to do, we contemplate sometimes. We're never out of the gate.
And
Not-
we
we're
put stuff
not-
together.
Right. We,
While he's
because
just
you know
like, put
me,
it
I'll
out.
be like, okay, you're going to have to tell me that 20
Yeah.
times, Lord, before I, because number one, I want to make sure that it's him.
Yeah.
And kind of, sort of, you already know that it's him. And he's like, you taking time so I can keep telling you, you already know that it's me, but you 20 because sometimes I go, now you was supposed to been done that, wasn't you? Yes, I was taking time, contemplating.
Yeah.
I told
Procrastinating.
remember I told Dickie Hicks that he had an elaborate
Yes.
plan to build a hatchery at that Kmart down there on Bryce Road. And it was
over there.
right there where it's empty at. And I just plainly told him, I said, the Lord probably been done told you that, ain't he?
Yep.
You supposed to been and done that. Yep. And he's like, he's way older than we are. Because I know he listens to this, and I don't want to put him out there, but I should have said it.
No.
I should have said it.
So we're gonna move right into talking to Madison and Mark again, just about what it means to be their age. And Mark wants to talk about his basketball career. So what do you want to say about that?
Like I've really been watching basketball a long time. Since like I've been 7. And
That's a long time.
I know, but I'm trying to basically I'm gonna go like I'm gonna go like the same way LeBron did. Like I'm gonna make it into the NBA, playing on a team at high school. First play on the team in my school, then high school, then college, and then finally the NBA. So that's
Why do you
basically
like
how it's gonna
LeBron?
go. Now I don't like him because he went to the Lakers.
Oh
but
boy. What
Yeah.
did you like about LeBron? Why did you like him so much? What about him is so inspiring? Is he a good player?
Yes.
Who else
he's
do you
a
like?
player.
Do you like anyone else? Does anyone else stand out to you?
I like George Hill. He plays for the Cavs.
I asked you like I know any other player because I'm not a basketball person. I'm a football person. So George Hill, what do you like about him?
He plays for the Cavs.
Also,
He's a
okay.
3-pointer like me.
All right. What got you into basketball? Why basketball?
Because like it's like a action activity sport. Like, cause like you get to run up and down the court, like just shooting buckets and
What about you? We're talking about careers. What about you, Madison? Do you like basketball? You like basketball too. Do you have a favorite
Yeah.
player? You like LeBron?
Well, Maya Moore is my favorite.
I'm asking you like I know anything else. I don't know anything about women's basketball either. But go ahead.
Yeah, Maya Moore. I really look up to her because she did not only focus on her basketball, but she also focused on school and her grades and I forget who it was, either ESPN or somebody, but I think they did a interview on her, and she said she really didn't like her teachers, but she knew she wanted to play basketball. She knew she wanted to do something with her life, so that's why she just did what she had to do, and yeah, like my aunt said earlier, I'm a 3.7, and I actually want to get to a 4.0, but 3.7 is good for me.
That's an A for sure.
So yeah.
So it's important to you. You want to say something? Go ahead.
And basically, what Maddie, like basically what she was basically talking about was like, Mark, you didn't even watch this episode.
Madison, can you didn't even
Go
watch
ahead.
this episode with me.
Finish your thought.
Okay. Madison. But basically, what Madison was talking about was like just doing good in school, because like I'm not supposed to be saying this, but like me and Madison, it's in the middle with our teachers, but we both know that we have to do good, and like if we want to play basketball, because that's what my aunt over here was saying. She said in order us to play basketball at Barnett or at Berwick, whatever, we have to do good in school and get educated. Yeah,
That's good. That teaches you responsibility, which I think is what she was talking about. That, you know, in order to do what you want to do, you do what you have to do.
Yep.
So that's good. Took me a lot to learn that. You know, you want to, you know, train yourself, and I think the interview that you were watching shows that sometimes there's going to be people you don't like. There'll be stuff in your way. I've had plenty of professors that I literally failed the class because me and the professor just did not get along. And I did that. I'm responsible for that. And I learned about myself that I'm heavily affected by, you know, other people and who's teaching me, their teaching style. I've had professors, or, you know, I remember in high school, teachers would be like, I'm always right. I'm never wrong. And I let stuff like that get to me. Completely not focused on, you know, academics, but it comes to a point where it's either, you know, do I want to do the things do I want to make time for, you know, the things I like to do, you know, editing, you know, videography, stuff like that, or do I want to let people stand in my way, professors who will not matter in the next semester, who I will never, you know, may never run into again. So, because at the end of the day, you want to do basketball. You know, you want to, you know, do things with animals. You want to, you're not going to be in school forever. But those types of principles will always be with you. People, you know, getting in your way.
Say that again, because they have an issue with, especially Mark. No, seriously. You can't, and I really want you to articulate again, say that again, that don't let people stop you, because people are going to talk about you.
No. Yeah, because it gets to a point where it's like, for me, other students, you know, the things they say about you, the, you know, for lack of a better term, the energy your professors give off is getting at you. So now it's not just what they said, but now it starts to be how you look at yourself. So now I look at, you know, no, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good at math, you know. So now I can't be good at math because my professor thinks he's right. And, you know, I don't have any room to grow in that environment. So now, you know, when you don't my mom always says this, and I've heard it in movies before. Whatever you give energy, that's whatever you feed, that's what you become. So if I don't stop, letting these people, speak in my life any further than they should, now their voices become so loud that it's become my own voice. The way they were talking to me becomes how I speak to myself. And these are things you'll get more into when you get older. But for now, just staying focused, just being, responsible, and, just listening to what your auntie says. So one thing I wish I didn't allow is letting my peers and letting social media have a voice where it shouldn't have. Letting other things be so loud that, you come home and your parents don't even have, you hear them, but you're not really listening because you've heard so many other, so much stuff is thrown at you that you didn't even ask for. Choices, that's the bottom line. You have to make a choice, and eventually, once you get in your 20s, you'll be so driven and just so ready, so eager to do whatever you want to do that at some point it's just like, this stuff doesn't even matter. And I'm just ready to get involved in, whatever I love to do. So that's good. That's good that you're learning that and that you're seeing, focus. Do what you have to do what you want to. So that's important. And you guys wanted to give a shout out to your mom, who is probably listening right now.
Yeah. Hey, mommy. I just want to say hi and be blessed for sure.
Do you want to say anything, Madison?
Hey, Mom. I miss you and love you. And there's one thing I have to say.
What do you have to say, Mark?
So about the that one thing that you said, I was really listening. Like my aunt said, I have a really bad habit of this because when what people say about me, like that's one thing that my aunt's telling me to do, and I gotta stop worrying about people because it's some people on the bus in that school that be talking to me around my back, and like I'm just not cool with that because they be talking about my face, my head, stuff like
this
that.
This is the time. Elementary and middle school?
And stuff
that's
like
when people
that.
start talking about you.
But what did Michaela tell you to do that you can't focus on that?
Yeah, and that's the main thing.
It is doable. He always be trying to fight me for no reason. I don't be doing nothing to him, trying to trick me and stuff. And then he acted like, bro, why you do that for? And I said I didn't do nothing, but he just keep on going back and forth, and I'm just walking away. He keep pushing me back, and I'm not scared to fight him though. But the only reason why I don't do it is because I'm not trying to get in trouble. So
that's smart. So you're doing the right thing.
So
until he put his hands on you.
And they talking about putting me back in the second grade, and I ain't trying to. So I'm just going with the flow.
Well, you're going to get your behavior together. That's what you're going to do. Because you have the grades. So we just have to match up your behavior with your grades, right? Because Michaela said, because it happened to Michaela. Michaela, she had to learn not to focus on, what people were saying to her. Because when you focus on other things and what people say, then you get in trouble and you can't be in school. It
always comes back to you.
Yeah. You can't keep your grades up.
At the end of the day.
Right, so, Madison?
This was good, yeah. I think. All positive things. And we'll definitely have to.
Oh, shout out to my dad, too.
Of course. Shout out to your dad, Mark.
Hi, Dad. I miss you. I haven't seen you. You be popping up at my school, but I don't see you.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. So we'll definitely have to have you guys back. This was fun. Much success to all of you with all the things you have and the things you are doing. We'll definitely have you back. This is the Hughes Roundtable. And again, you can find this on SoundCloud. Type in the Hughes Roundtable and keep listening. I'm Michaela Hughes here with Mark, Madison, and my aunt Latanya. Thank you for listening so much, and we look forward to you tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everybody, we must be one. Everybody, we must be one.